This is Amanda and Amanda's Booktopia. If you're new here, welcome, and if not, welcome back. And today's the start of a new weekly log for the amazing Readathon. Today's actually the second, and it started yesterday, midnight on the 1st. I don't know why I decided to wait this long to start it, but anyhow, let me give you some updates on what has happened so far. So on the 1st, we ended up going to Toronto, Canada is our first stop. And our prompt was to read a book that we did not spend money on ourselves. And good thing I had like 3 books in my TBR. And actually, I think 4 that actually qualified for this prompt. So I decided to pick up Cinderella is Dead yesterday, which is basically like a Cinderella retelling. And the author is also LGBTQ+. So I got the bonus for LGBTQ+ author. And that is in my teen genre, because I am teen fantasy. And we are hoping for a win. But I read this whole book yesterday. And I found it very odd for a while. It's not quite what I was used to. And I don't know if it was me or if it's the writing, but it just it wasn't quite jiving with me until I got towards the end. And the twist threw me for a loop a little bit. And I ended up giving it a 4-star rating. So that's not a bad rating. It was just, most of the time, I couldn't really connect with the characters. I'm not sure if I should stick with the 4-star, maybe drop down to a 3. I'm thinking about dropping down to a 3. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. I feel like it could have been better. So I think I'm gonna drop my rating to a 3-star because I did put it at a 4-star yesterday, but I think I'm gonna drop that down a little bit after thinking about it. But it was a decent read. And I got the bonus points. So I got like an extra 100 bonus points for this book, and I decided to take the train. So for the transportation, if you decide to take the plane, you get to double your amount. If you take the train, you stay the same. And if you walk, you don't get any bonuses for that. So I decided to take the train and not use too much of my money for transportation. So I want to save my plane money for when I do like really big books or like bigger books. This was kind of small, so I didn't really want to use my plane ride money for that just yet. So, because I finished this, I had time for a sightseeing prompt. So, for sightseeing, we have different amounts you could go for, and each amount has like a list of prompts. So I wanted to give my team 500 points, and so they had a few different prompts in the 500 range, and I decided to go with a prompt of 5 words in the title to give us those points. So I picked up What Lies in the Woods by K. Alice Marshall, and I am already about 174 pages in, and I'm really liking it so far. I don't know which end is up, which way is down. There's so much confusion going on in this book. I mean, in a good way, though. Not like I don't know what's going on with the story itself. However, I have no clue who to trust. I'm suspicious of everybody. I just realized this could also qualify for unreliable narrator. When for the Thrills and Chills board. And I didn't even think of that. Because, well, I didn't pick my books. Dana did. Well, but she's definitely an unreliable narrator. And a lot's going on. A lot has happened, and I am excited to see where this one takes me. I don't know. I'm hoping to finish this today. I am leaving it around 2. So hopefully by the time, if whatever I don't read before I leave, I'll try and read when I get home, because I want to finish this book and see what happens, because I am invested in finding out what the heck is going on. There's so much going on. Like, there's a lot going on, but like, you don't know what it is necessarily, because everyone's story is completely off the rails. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen in this book. It is now Monday evening. Pretty late, actually. So unfortunately, I did not update you guys yesterday, and I should have, because I finished the book, What Lies in the Woods. I have right here. And like, when I got halfway through the book, I made predictions, and I got to the end, they all came true. And I'm like, darn, I wanted to be wrong so badly, but everything I predicted halfway through was completely correct. And unfortunately, I didn't love it. I mean, it was decent. Like, because the first half, I had no clue about anything. And then when I started guessing what was going to happen, and by the time I got to the end and all those things happened, I'm like, great. Glad that happened. But unfortunately, it didn't leave like a lasting impression on me. I guess it was just one of those books that I read it, and that's about it. I mean, it wasn't bad. I liked the first half, so it wasn't like it's terrible. I just was bummed out that I guessed all the twists. So I ended up giving it 3 stars. So I'm very sorry, Dana and Nikki. I know you guys love these so much. Unfortunately, I wasn't impressed, because it didn't keep me guessing all the way through like I wanted to. But it was still fun. So, 3 stars, not a bad rating. And then after that, I started a new sightseeing book last night, I think it was, or after I finished What Lies in the Woods. And that was Their Vicious Games by Joelle Wellington. I use this for the sightseeing prompt for all the vowels on the front cover. And I managed to get all the vowels in just the title. There's A, E twice, I 3 times, O, that's right there, and U. So I got all the vowels in the title, which was great. So that gave me another 500 points, which I am very happy about. And I just recently finished this, not that long ago. And boy, was this a roller coaster. It was so much fun. It gave me vibes of The Family Game by Catherine Stedman, but better, like way better. Like, there's no weird stuff going on. I mean, yeah, it was weird, but it was more fun weird and not like creepy weird. if you understand what I'm getting. But all the twists, like everything that led up to the ending, was one heck of a ride. And then when I got to the twist by the end, I'm like, damn, I didn't see that coming. And I'm like, cool, I'm loving this ending. It was just a blast. And I've never read from this author before. I mean, I know this is her debut, and I know she has another one. I don't know if it's already out yet or not, but I most definitely want to read the other book now, because this was a definite 5 stars. I loved every minute. I could not get enough. It was like, it might be one of my favorites of the year. And I just loved every minute. I couldn't, like, seriously, I did not want to put this down. I needed to know stuff. And I'm so glad that I read it. And now it's a favorite. So I cannot wait to read more books from this author. Absolutely. So much fun. However, a new city prompt dropped like right before I finish this, which means I can't log my sightseeing book until I read the next city prompt book. So I can't log it yet. But as soon as I read my next book, I promise I will be logging this for 500 points, because I want our team to win. Go Team Fantasy. So reasons I cannot reveal just yet led me to deviate from my TBR for the new book that I'm about to start. So the prompt, the big city prompt, I can reveal, which was 2 POVs in the book. And unfortunately, I can't tell you like who came first or last, or any of the standings, or any of those type prompts. So unfortunately, I can't tell you any of that, but I can tell you what I ended up choosing. So I can. What happened was I could not use any of the books from my TBR that I wanted to use, so I had to deviate a little bit. I picked up The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren. I have been wanting to find out all the thoughts on this book because I've heard really good things, and I'm very excited to read this because I've read other books from both these authors. For those that don't know Christina Lauren, they are actually 2 authors. They just combined their names together. And I've read other books from them and really enjoyed them. So I'm very excited to give this one a shot. All I know is that there's this guy who is trying to get his inheritance, and in order to get his inheritance, he needs to have this he has to be married. And I guess from my understanding, oh, he has to be married for at least 5 years, apparently, in order to get the inheritance. So he has this girl play the part and pretend. So they're basically pretending to be married. And I love the marriage of convenience trope. One of my favorite romance tropes, besides fake dating. And I am very excited to give this one a shot. So I will be diving into this book next. It is now Wednesday, in the evening. Can't remember exactly what time. Let me see what time it is. It is 8:48 p.m. And I did want to share that I finished The Paradise Problem earlier. I think I finished it around 5:30 this evening. And I'm really glad I finally read this. I really enjoyed my time with it. Anna was hysterical. I love all the moments with her because everything she says just sounds so much like me and stuff that I would say. And that's probably why I like this so much, because I really connected with Anna. Not everything that happened with her I completely connected with, but in some ways I did. And I really enjoyed Liam as well. Liam is definitely a character. His family is very convoluted, and once you read this, you'll understand why. I don't want to give away anything or any spoilers on this one, but it's a crazy family, let's put it that way. And the way he dealt with his family must have been very, very hard for what he had to go through. And overall, I really enjoyed my time. I ended up giving this a 4-star rating. It wasn't like a favorite by any means, but I did really enjoy it. I usually enjoy Christina Lauren and her books, so this was definitely a hit, and I really had a good time. Like, there's not really much to say because it's a pretty straightforward plot, and the whole like, marriage at convenience deal, I thought really suited it, and I just had a good time. And I'll definitely read more from this author duo because they're both great writers, and I always enjoy a good time with their books. So that's all I have for right now. I don't know what I want to read, actually. I'm kind of debating. I'm not sure if I want to read The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager so I can complete a bingo for the Thrills and Chills bingo board, or if I should read something else. I gotta think about it, so I can't decide. I mean, now that I'm done with this romance, I could put that down. However, I don't know what I want to read next. And that's a dilemma. I have a lot of options. And I mean a lot of options. And I have no clue what I should read next. I keep veering towards The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager because it's the group book for Thrills and Chills for the month of June, and I keep gravitating towards it. It suddenly keeps pulling me away at the same time. Like, don't read it just yet. So, I mean, if I did read it, I could get myself a bingo. But if I don't know what else I would read. I mean, I got plenty of options. I just don't know which way to go. So I will think about it, and I will get back to you guys and let you know what I decided to pick up. This is now Friday. I did not update you guys in the past couple days very much. I don't know why I didn't. But when you last saw me, I was debating on if I should pick up another book. And I did. And I did end up choosing The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager. And then I finished it yesterday in the evening. And unfortunately, I was not particularly impressed by the story. I'm worried that Riley Sager is a one-time hit wonder for me. Like because the only one left by him was the only one that I've really loved from him. Everything else has not been nearly as good. And unfortunately, this was kind of like a for me. I mean, it was started off really interesting with them going back to camp after 15 years of what happens, like way back when. And so they're revisiting the camp after those 15 years, and like the main girl is like investigating. Like, her name's Emma, and she's trying to find out what really happened to the girls 15 years ago. And the concept was intriguing, and I was interested in finding out what actually happened. However, I felt the reveals were very anticlimactic, and it didn't hit for me. I just felt like it could have been more impressive. It could have, like, I mean, I wasn't expecting who the person was it was going to be in the end. I didn't think it was that one person. But at the same time, it just felt, I don't know if it was rushed or if something just felt off about the whole thing. It just seemed like it seemed like, because we were questioning everybody in this book. Everybody had a motive. Everybody, it could have been anybody. And I just felt like the reveals were just not exciting for me. And I was very sad about that, because I really wanted to love this. But I was skipping pages of description to get to the dialogue, like to the last half, because I'm like, I'm bored. I want something to happen. And it wasn't until towards the end that something actually happened. And like, I don't know. I wasn't vibing with it. Unfortunately, as brief and four parts in the book would say, it was a book and I read it. In the end, because of the last few pages, the last few pages were the best part of the book for me. So for that reason alone is why I gave it a rating of 3.25. I was going to go for a 2-star until the last few pages. And that really upped it for me. Once we found out, like, some more stuff, like, literally at the very end. The very end was, like, the best out of the whole book. The last few pages. Unfortunately, this just wasn't a hit for me. So, I still need to read Survive the Night and Final Girls. Those are the last two books from Riley Sager I still need to read. I might end up unhauling all the rest of them. I don't know yet. I mean, so far, the only one left by him is the only one I truly, truly love. And I don't know. I don't know what's wrong. If it's me or if it's Riley Sager, I don't know what it is. But something about his other books have just not been hitting with me lately. I don't know why. But I'm glad that's over. So this was the sightseeing book. For 400 points, I was able to fit this one in for one person on the cover. And That also got me a bingo for the Thrills and Chills bingo board, so that was amazing. And then a new prompt dropped this morning. But before I get to that, I want to show you something really, really cool. So I got some book mail that I was super excited about. This just came out Tuesday, and I cannot wait to check that out, this book. But first I'm going to show you how pretty it is. So this is Wren and the Holly Library by K.A. Lindy. I think that's how you pronounce it. And these sprayed edges are everything. I am in love with these sprayed edges. And then I also have to show you this. This is the end pages. It's the same thing on the other side. But my favorite part of this is this hardback. Look how pretty that is. We're like, I think that's looks like a big building. And it continues throughout the hardcover itself. Like, you can see the girl on the spine. And then on the back, it just continues. You can see the other side of the building. I just think that's so stinking cool. I absolutely love this hardback. And the sprayed edges, just all of it. So, so nice. I cannot get enough. And I'm very excited to read this one. Because it just sounds really, really good. And I mean, from when I read the synopsis, that is. But I will dive into the synopsis when I get to actually reading this. But I really wanted to show you how pretty this looks. I'm very excited. And so now move on. We're going to talk about the new prompt that just dropped this morning, Friday morning. And the prompt for that is to read a book with movement in the title, or it could be like an action word. Or it could be like if you say, I can do this, like I can move, I can dance, stuff like that. That can work as well. So I ended up going with Crush by Tracy Wolff. So basically, crush is an action word, so that counts. So, and also this is a ton of pages. Let me see how many pages it actually is. So I forgot. 684 pages. So I'm going to double my page count by flying because it's a lot of pages. And then also it's fantasy. So I get 50 bonus points for that as well. So by doubling and adding the 50 bonus points, I believe it's 1,418 points just for this one book. And that would be great to add to my team. So I am excited to continue the series. So I've only read Crave so far. And I'm excited to see where the series goes. I liked Crave, but I didn't love it. So I'm hoping that the series, as we go along, is even better. So I'm very excited to continue this. Let's get back to this vlog. So, I was going to continue this vlog and tell you all my thoughts on Crush as I go. However, it has been a week, and I should close this out so I can start a new vlog fresh. So I will continue sharing all my thoughts on Crush in the new vlog. However, this vlog is coming to an end, so thank you for watching. I hope you loved this vlog as much as I did. If you did, give me a huge thumbs up. If you want to see more bookish content from me and see more amazing Readathon vlogs from me, make sure you smash the subscribe button down below, and I'll see you on the next one.